your thoughts when you play a team that often? Does it tend to favor anybody, anything, or you get sick of them, or is it kind of good to get off to a fast start against them until the next 7 games?
I think with any series, you just got to manage it. You know what I mean? If you're playing 8 times in a row, you might want to manage how you're taking pitches, how you swing at pitches out. That's what I try to do. I mean, we see them and familiar, but at the same time, it could be good and it could be bad. So I just try to manage, my at bats, how they come.
When you say manage it, you get bracer at times. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Make sure I'm sticking with my same approach. We play them 8 times in a row. And I switch up their approach or how they come at you when they pitch it. You just gotta stay, locked in on what you're trying to do.
What's your approach with runners on base and you coming up to bat?
Just trying to get them in. We're working on trying to stay in the middle. Not do too much, but just put the bat on the ball, put the ball in play, try to get something to happen.
How confident were you guys against their starter in the first inning, scoring their runs, particularly with 2 outs, getting all those hits?
I mean, we just got in the rhythm. And when a team get in the rhythm like that, it don't really matter who on the mound. We had a couple good pitches to hit. We squared them up, and then it just kept rolling.
Fast starts the thing with this team. What in general kind of contributes to that? You've had a few innings where you jumped off for a few runs in the first or second. The team doesn't waste any time getting ahead. What do you attribute that to?
Just not trying to do too much as a team. We do what we can. When we can, people come up in the lineup. We know anybody can get a job done. So as far as working hard and doing everything we can to make sure we're in the right position to make good plays, we just come up in big spots and anybody in the lineup can do it. And that's something we talked about as a team. Anybody in the lineup can do it. So there's no pressure on that.
What was it like for you guys having rained all day and like I said before, no BP, and then the game it doesn't rain a single drop?
You got to come and prepare. That's part of being professional baseball. It's just you got to be prepared for whatever happened. The weather was supposed to be bad, but it wasn't. So you got to lock in as soon as you're going to play the game. So you try to stay in the same mind frame up until the game time. If they bang it, they bang it. But you try not to get out of your game plan until they actually bang it. And today they didn't bang it. So we just stayed with the same game plan, doing what we could.
What did you do before the game to get ready? Since it was raining outside.
We do the same thing. We do like a little, hitting drills in the cage, and we do BP in the cage, the same thing. Everybody just kind of chill, try to make sure they stay focused. We don't do too much. We don't run around the locker room or nothing, but we just try to make sure we stay with the same routine. If we were going to do it on the field, we do it in the cage, so that's it.
You ever see anything like the guy that got thrown out there at the end? You circled the bases and split it home.
I ain't never seen him. I ain't never seen him in my life.
What were you thinking when I thought he hit a home run and I missed it.
I threw the ball in, so you and me both. But I was like, he must have threw it out of the stadium. I threw the ball, I turned around, so I felt like I didn't know what happened. I thought somebody threw it out of the stadium, or I didn't know what was going on. But then I saw him chirping, I was like, oh, he was just trying to be funny. So I've never seen that in my life.
How big was that pitching performance from your staff as a whole, getting those innings out of Tatusco through 5, and then there's 3 guys on the back end pretty much just shutting it down? They only allowed 2 base runners those last 3 innings.
We've been doing a great job all year. So, like I said, we're not surprised when our pitchers do well, because all we can do as hitters and, position players is try to get them, the runs enough to, win the game. So we've been doing good all year. So, we're not too surprised because they've been doing real good.
Does that help whenever you're going up to the plate, knowing that we probably aren't going to need to get a few runs in here because our staff's that strong?
Not necessarily, because anything can happen in the ball game. You can see it every day. But as far as when we score runs, it's just a positive. Everything we do in the field is a positive right now. So it is what it is when pitchers going out and doing well, because ain't no telling what can happen.